Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hope is Not a Plan podcast, the critical need for radical candor and risk management, 5 Minute Friday, episode 2. I'm your host, Kevin Pannell. Today on 5 Minute Friday, Saturday edition, I suppose, I'm diving into a concept crucial for project success, radical candor and risk management. As an example, my radical candor with you all, as I was traveling yesterday, got home, got some work done, and took advantage of time with my wife and kids. I apologize for not delivering yesterday, but here we are. And here we go. Welcome to the Hope is Not a Plan podcast, where we address tough questions head on, face our problems, and highlight our hopes by providing actionable planning steps to improve ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Now, let's get logged in and get locked on to this episode of the Hope is Not a Plan podcast. The pitfalls of ignoring risks. We have all been there. We meticulously craft a plan, identify potential risks, and then brush them aside with a dismissive, it'll probably be fine. But that is a recipe for disaster. Here's why. We ignore risks. We fail to prepare for bumps in the road. We might run out of time, money, or manpower. And the seemingly manageable task that was on paper, however long ago, explodes into a monumental hurdle and derails the whole project. So how do we avoid this pitfall? Enter radical candor. This concept was popularized by Kim Scott, and it emphasizes open and honest communication. It's about being transparent with us and our teams, even when it's uncomfortable. And this brutal honesty, this radical candor starts within. It starts with self-reflection. Looking at our project, looking at whatever we're going to do on the weekend, whether it's work or whatever, are our goals realistic, right? Is our plan based on a solid foundation, or is it wishful thinking disguised as a roadmap? So take a critical look at your assumptions and identify potential weaknesses. Everybody has weaknesses. Every plan has a weakness. It's fine, but we have to be honest with ourselves, right? And radical candor isn't a solo act, right? Once you've identified the risks, bring them to the team. And as project managers, program managers, portfolio managers, some kind of manager putting a plan together, you have to bring everybody else into the loop. You have to discuss the challenges openly and honestly. You have to not be afraid, to admit uncertainty and ask for help. This is where a lot of people get caught up. They don't want to look bad. They think their boss is going to give them the business, or maybe you are that boss that does give people the business. Well, open up. Be a little more forgiving and honest about what's happening. Brainstorm solutions together. Don't make your teams afraid to bring problems to you. Seek compromise when necessary. So here's a musical example based on the episode from earlier this week about the greatest night in pop. So the power of honest communication is beautiful, right? And it's illustrated in that greatest night in pop. It chronicles the recording of We Are the World. So the ambitious project involves star-studded lineup, but also posed significant technical challenges. Imagine the chaos of coordinating dozens of artists, recording vocals simultaneously, video simultaneously, a production team led by the masterful Quincy Jones, who totally embraced radical candor. And they acknowledged the risks of audio and video recording at the same time, and they adjusted. For instance, Bob Dylan had some struggles in this. He wasn't sure this wasn't how he usually did things. So they recognized this. They were honest with themselves and with Bob Dylan, and they paired him with the legendary Stevie Wonder. This honest communication and collaborative problem solving ensured the song's success, got Bob Dylan past his sticking point with his part of the song, which is a strong part of the closeout, and built stronger relationships, stronger friendships. So in conclusion, honesty is going to be our guide here, right? Remember, honesty is your best friend in project management. Be upfront with yourself as the project manager and upfront and honest with your team about potential roadblocks. Regularly assess your progress and adjust the plan as needed, right? We shouldn't be in the world of this is the plan and it can never change. Don't let hope be your strategy, certainly not your plan. Hope is a powerful motivator. We've talked about that here before, but we need concrete steps to get things done. So thank you for joining me on this 5 Minute Friday, Saturday edition. If you're looking for more resources on ditching, wishful thinking, and building actionable plans, head over to hopesnotaplan.com, HOPESNOT, aplan.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Hope's Not a Plan. We also have a Facebook page. Leave a review. That would be very helpful on your favorite podcast platform, particularly Apple and Spotify, and share it with someone who you think it might be helpful to. So remember, achieving your goals requires a plan, not just blind hope. Please stay safe out there. For certain, wash those hands. And I wish you all Godspeed.